What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So, guys, first of all, I want to talk about what's been going on this week in the news, because we talked about Elon Musk, the father of Elon Musk, having a set of children. At least this is the second child, with his 34-year-old stepdaughter. He is 76. Okay, this is a young woman at the time he knew her as a child that used to call him most likely dad. Very, very disturbing. But then we go to Puerto Rico. Popular Latin singer Ricky Martin, who, and when I was a kid, he was like an icon. Obviously, I didn't really listen to his music that much, but he had a few hits that was, really popular in America. And as of course, the Latin community, their industry for music entertainment, it is huge. Ricky Martin also crossed over into American pop, but also, which is interesting with Ricky Martin, he is always people already knew that Ricky Martin was gay. Okay, which is not so important here, because I'm not really dealing with sexuality. He is, though, married. Okay, that is important. He's married. However, like Elon Musk, the father of Elon Musk, he has somewhat of a domestic dispute, and the allegations stem from his 21-year-old nephew. Now, his nephew is Dennis Yadil Sanchez, and the nephew is saying that he and 54-year-old Ricky Martin, his uncle, had a 7-month relationship, and Mr. Ricky Martin did not take it well. So stop the show. So you're in a relationship with your nephew, allegedly, and you break up with your nephew, or your nephew breaks up with you. That's already weird. But then Ricky Martin allegedly was consistently reaching out to him and loitering outside of his house. Now, get this. The nephew said that there was physical and psychological abuse that occurred during the relationship. Now, under Puerto Rican law, allegations of incest are taken very seriously. If proven guilty, he could be sentenced up to 50 years in prison. Now, guys, here's something that I want to talk about, because even Ricky Martin is saying this is completely false. Ricky Martin has 4 children with his 37-year-old husband. But I want to talk about what I feel is going on here. Number one, there's only 2 options. This is true. And if it is true, then this has to be proven in court. If it is not true, then this is even scarier. Now, I know that Ricky Martin is Puerto Rican. He is LGBT and not African American, which is most of my audience. But I do want to draw comparisons to a few things. Guys, remember the situation with George Foreman? Yeah, George Foreman has women from the 70s saying that he abused them, right? This is George Foreman. So think about this. This is a 21-year-old nephew who is out here saying that his uncle and him had a relationship. Now, we know the outcomes of this if this is true, but what if this is false? What if this is false? Then that would mean to me, if you are successful, if you are rich, it would not be so shocking that somebody in your family will come out and allege false things about you because you did not help them. Because people are so desperate for money and entitled for money that they may lie like this. It is something that I could not even fathom maybe 10 to 15 years ago. But guys, look at what's happening in the world now. Deshaun Watson had like 30 accusers. No criminal charges. He had to settle out of court with people, possibly because they're lying, just so he can get back on the field and play again. Then you have what's going on with George Foreman. Then you had what's going on with Chris Brown. That was completely a lie. Now you have it with somebody in a different sexual preference than I believe most of us that watch this, right? Because I believe most of the brothers here that watch me are in the heterosexual community. So now we're dealing with the fact that even if you're rich and you're gay, possibly people could be trying to get you also. But the things, it's parallel. You got money, people are after you. You're successful, people are after you. And people are after you more now than ever before. I'm going to tell you why I believe that's the case. Look at the inflation, guys. Inflation is not what it used to be. 25 years ago, buying a house in America, you could be a guy. You could live 30 years ago. 1992. You'd be middle class, man, still live the American dream. $100,000 a year back then, man, you were set. Now, $100,000 a year? Bro, you're out of trouble, bro. Housing market is endless. So somebody has to pay for the fact. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. Somebody has to pay for that. Opportunities are more. People don't want to work. Guess who's going to be targeted? Rich people, successful people. So the better you do, people are going to come after you. Because back then, if you were wealthy, the middle class was still attainable. Home ownership was attainable. Pensions were more attainable. But now when gas is $7 a gallon, $8 a gallon, $10 a gallon, and wages are not going up, hey, listen, people got to eat. People gonna live their dreams off of somebody. And a lot of times, it's not gonna be off of their own efforts. Guys, it's not gonna be on their own efforts. So guys got to be careful. Careful. Okay? Careful. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. The episode of The Celebrity Jungle. What you for all that you do? Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first clip at the top. And as you know, the performing remains an all-time high. I'm out.